This car's alright. Ain't crazy. Let me see the insurance for this. What the hell? Bro, what the fuck is this? You can see that these insurance prices are just crazy, man. Like, let's be honest. Like, let me check how much that was again. One sec, man. At Vauxhall, and it's out here costing 5,657 for the for like an annual insurance. And even if you like, that's like almost an insurance of like something like a BMW or something. That is crazy, man. And I know people are gonna be like, oh well, obviously I'm only 18, but this one is it's pretty much impossible to drive if you're below the age of like 21, only because the prices are just so crazy, man. There's a lot of things I'm just gonna cover. Like, there's a lot of reasons for why insurance prices are so high, but to me, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit unfair what they're doing. So like one of the main reasons why insurance prices are so high, especially for people for my age. Just go over people my age quickly. Why insurance prices are so high? So obviously, you know how younger drivers usually crash a lot more. But like, as I was going over the statistics, it's actually the crashes within our age group is actually lower. It's actually gone down. So if let me quickly find this real quick. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly show real quick the statistics of drivers around our age group. It says here from it's not really an age group, but just from young drivers. I'm guessing the ages between like 18 to like maybe like 23, 24. I think I'm pretty sure 24 is still classed as a young driver. But as you go down, you can see it's actually less over the years since 2004 to like 2022. It's been lesser casualties. Obviously, you can see in maybe like 2008 and 2012, it's casualty quite high, but from 2024, 27, I say that at prime time, definitely been reduced, especially in 2022. It's the lowest, I'm pretty sure it's not the lowest it's ever been. The year before was actually 2020 was the lowest, I'm pretty sure, over the what's like a 10-year period. It's been the lowest. So I'm not too sure. That's probably because the cars have just gotten better in safety. And that the casualties is not it's not as high. So obviously there's lesser casualties, lesser crashes and stuff like that. So other than that, if you're looking over here in the charts, this is per billion miles driven from 17 to 24. Male and obviously male to female. Obviously males crash way more than females. But as you look more, as the chart goes on, you can gradually see that females actually crash more the older they get, which is kind of crazy. I kind of find that funny, I'm not gonna lie, but as the age goes on, females crash more, which is kind of crazy. But obviously, yeah, between ages of 17 and 24, that's probably when people do some silly shit. They crash a lot more, cause more accidents. But as the years go on, especially 25, 29, bro, females crash way more than males when it comes to driving. And another thing as well, like people talking about inflation, it's the reason why prices are so high. But if you go over here in the inflation chart, inflation's actually gone down since COVID. Or I can't really see but inflation's actually gone down since during the pandemic and stuff like that. Like if you go to from 2020, which is when or the end of 2020, you can see when the pandemic started, to around obviously 2022, 2021, inflation was up to like 10%. But then now in 2024, this year, it's actually gone back to their BOE target, which is basically like the banks and institutions that keep inflation under a certain target. That is their job to do that. So you can see it here, but it's actually gone back to normal rates. So the fact that people are trying to say it's inflation, it can't be that because inflation's actually gone down since COVID, so it doesn't really make any sense. Another point here is because people saying because a lot of manufacturers produce a lot of new cars, but then are not trying to like produce the parts that go with it, like the repair parts or like you know what I'm saying, out aftermarket parts. So like for example, if you're driving around in a new car, say for example it's like, I don't know, a new Vauxhall Corsa compared to an old one, if a new Vauxhall Corsa crashes, it's actually harder to get. If especially it's a brand new one like a 2024 plate, it's actually harder to get parts for it because it's brand new and they produce so many, but then they're not producing the amount of parts, repair parts to like kind of make up for the amount of cars they're making. When people crash and they need to repair their car, it's kind of being like a scarcity of parts. And also another thing as well, like a lot of like brands and manufacturers are just like manipulating the markets of parts, so that they are basically controlling like how much a part costs, and it ends up costing more than the actual value of making that part. If that makes sense. So if it's a brand new Vauxhall Corsa, I know that it crashes and you need a new bumper for it. Well, first of all, we need to check if there's a bumper part, and that needs to be made a lot of the time, and then that takes time to make it, and that the cost of the part is going to be cost way more, because a lot of manufacturers are just like controlling the market, making parts cost more than that, exploit that the market to make more money. So that's probably one of the main reasons why maybe insurance is so high, is because it's just the parts cost a lot more because of inflation, but inflation is going down. But I can't say the same for other countries, but in the UK it's going down. So it might be the case of maybe the manufacturers, it actually costs more to make the part, but then they're trying to make the part that costs more and add a bit more premium onto it to make more money from the part. And because manufacturers being lazy and making new parts, it's kind of prices just going up and just going crazy with it. But we're gonna look into the profits that have been made over the years by insurance companies, because to me, it doesn't see them, the insurance companies, are really hurting that bad, especially during COVID. Because think about it, during COVID, no one was driving, so cars were just sitting, and then obviously people still have to pay for insurance for the car at the end of the day. Maybe a few people might have stopped the insurance and then started it after COVID, but they're all definitely making money during COVID. So I'm gonna show you literally just some of the gross profits before tax that have been made. Some of these were like last year, some of these were like um this year even. But you can see Admiral, which is one of the more popular ones, from 20, yeah, most of these are from last year actually. So from 2022 to 2023, the group profit before tax was 442 million, bro. That's a 23% increase from last year, bro. So they're not struggling at all. So let's go to the next one as well. This one here is Direct Line. It's actually showing you in the millions, but you can see there's a 27 increase in profit, similar to Admiral, but like 4% more, actually more than Admiral in terms of profit. And then over here you've got LV, which is another one of the more popular ones. Here you go, 79%, 79% change, bro, from 2022 to 2023. These lot made 40, almost double their money, bro. And insurance companies, they're not struggling at all. They're actually making more money than I have ever before, to be honest. You can see from 2020 to 2024, the insurance prices increased by 48%. So that's quite a large amount. Obviously, during this period, these insurance companies, car insurance companies, are just making a lot of money from this. But then I feel that they're slightly overpricing more than they should to obviously increase more profit. So I feel that insurance companies are slightly taking advantage of this, especially for younger drivers. Especially like me, I'm 18. I'm looking at insurance prices for like what plate was this? Is like nah, I know what this is, a 52 plate. Hold on, this is 2003. This car is almost a decade old. This is a decade. No, this car is a decade old. It's 11 years old. It's an old car. For me to insure it, it's gonna cost me 5,000. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Something's not adding up. So there's definitely something that's going on in the background now. These insurance companies are just taking the piss. Like honestly, just taking advantage of the insurance market. And yeah, blame as much as you want on inflation and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like, it's not gonna cost a killing to repair an 11-year-old car. The insurance is costing more than a car, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, this car is 995. You know what I'm saying? It's not a crazy car. for me to insure, it's gonna cost me like almost a. You can get like a BMW with that type of money. Do you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make any sense. So if they're gonna put these prices so high, do it for newer cars. Don't do it for old cars. Do it for newer cars. Because at the end of the day, it'll be easier to repair an older car than it would be to repair a new car as it stands right now. So for them to like try charge more insurance for an old car, almost the same for a new car, like it doesn't make any sense. So they might as well just even it out. Like, look, obviously these new car parts for these new cars are harder harder to find and more expensive. So we're gonna charge a little bit more for a newer car, but for the old car, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep it reasonable. But at this point, this taking the piss, man. Like 5,000, but nah, man. For 11 years, nah, man. Come on, bro. It doesn't add up. So I personally feel like something needs to be done. Like they need to sort themselves out or something. Although this is just gonna get to a point where people are not gonna pay for insurance, and then people already are not paying for insurance. I saw in the news the other day, someone was just like, yeah, they went like almost like 2-3 years and haven't paid insurance. Like people are gonna start doing that now because they're just looking at like, look, you know what I'm saying? It's all things I need to pay for. I'm not trying to pay £5,000 annually for like almost you know, yeah, man. they ain't trying to pay, you know what I'm saying, £5,000 for old 11-year-old car that just used to get around town. I'm not trying to pay that type of money because it doesn't make sense and it don't make sense. 5,000, that's like three of those cars, bro. Like, come on. But yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it at that, to be honest. You know, hopefully maybe next year, next 2-3 years, maybe insurance prices will go down, especially for younger drivers. Yeah, hopefully that improves to maybe next year or something like that. But apparently, but insurance prices are still going up. But yeah, hopefully there'll be an improvement down the line. But for now, I've got a few driving lessons coming up. I got my test booked, but for me to be able to get a car just sounds like a mystery, to be honest. But you know what I'm saying, man? I appreciate you lot for watching and that. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to it. If you didn't, don't like it, don't subscribe to it. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know, have a good day and that. Yeah, man. In a bit.